Alright, today on Dadcraft we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm in my first survival world, not the demonstration world. We're going to go outside, and maybe this is a treat, maybe this is crazy, but you're going to see something I built out of wool. So if the doors will let us out, we will take a look. There's a bunch of automated farms over here of different types. But lo and behold, here is a creeper. And so one of the things you can do with wool is you can use them in the walls to make different designs. Now, this is just kind of fun. It's a very simple thing using some green and black wool blocks. And here's a creeper face looking at you. It's kind of a cool design. But you can also build structures out of wool. They're a block like any other. You only get the block or the carpet out of wool. You do not get stairs, you do not get walls, you do not get half slabs. And so you got to be a little creative about what it is you do and plan it out. We have a tool that we can use, the pixelation tool. We'll look at it a little later to see some designs that you can do differently. But you can build structures up out of wool. And I'm going to show you one now that's probably something a little bigger than what you may have built. And you need probably an automated farm to do this. But here in the world is Steve himself. And yeah, that's a pretty big structure, I think. So it's made out of wool, and it's patterned after the Steve skin in the game, and you can actually go inside Steve. This is in the first Minecraft world. It's kind of a fun little extra thing. And sure enough, we can climb up inside the structure. We have kind of like some safety rails here because you can fall down a long way and actually kill yourself inside of this structure. And we can go up and up and up. We're inside the main body now. And then up even higher. And we can get up into the top portion. This took quite a while to build, of all things. And just for fun, out of Steve's eyes, I actually have a way to actually look out. And so you can look out upon this world. And you see we're looking out quite far into the distance, out through the eyes of Steve. And so here's the other view. And I thought this would kind of be fun. There's some other things, some other buildings and setups out in the distance. And we can even go up top here eventually and walk out on top of Steve's head. And here we are actually in the world, and I'm going to make sure we don't fall off the edge. But look at that. Wow, we are way up here on top of Steve. We can see different parts of this world that I had built. And for some reason there's a cat up here. I don't know why. And you see there's quite the desert farm in here. There's also a tile logo out there that was done. And then there's even more Badlands out this way. A pyramid with a beacon. And just a whole bunch of blocks used to make wool blocks. We'll take a look at two more designs that are out in this world in different areas, maybe even three, to see what you can do with wool and carpets to add some decoration in your world. So we've seen the creeper face, and we've seen the mighty Steve. We'll be back in just a minute to add those other carpet and wool designs. All right, we've traveled quite a distance from the main base that had the beacon at it over here to where we have a wall with a pictorial on it, and this is made out of different colors of white, gray, light gray, and black wool blocks, and it's the Psi Corps symbol, and it's kind of fun to have here. It's almost like you're being welcomed to headquarters, so that's kind of one fun use. Another fun use is actually a practical use. Here's some carpets that have been laid down on top of a hole, and certain mobs and creatures won't go over a hole like an iron golem, so they can kind of be trapped in place. So that's kind of a fun use of carpets, and a practical use if you like. And that is over here where, sure enough, this has been set up like a baseball diamond. So there's a cage backstop. You have home plate, pitcher's mound, first, second, and third base with running track and an outfield. Kind of a fun thing to do. And we even have some stands here for the fans who might also be watching the soccer game. And so we have a soccer pitch with a couple of goals made out of wool carpets. They could probably be made out of something that would look thinner, but if it was all carpets and the wool blocks, and this is kind of fun this way. We'll get a little higher vantage point by going up on top of this pyramid a little more and looking down on the pitch itself. And sure enough, there you can see it. I also put down, of all things, a helicopter pad. There are no helicopters in the game, but just for fun, put up a helipad. And then over here are a couple more items, and so those were a couple things made out of wool carpets. But here's another item. I was kind of proud of this design, and it's made out of wool blocks, and it's a couple of cross swords, and one of the rails runs right under the cross swords, and you pass right under that. So those are a couple diamond swords that I ended up making out of wool blocks. Now I did have to put torches into the design so that mobs wouldn't show up on them. I probably should have put carpets of the same color on top of those segments. That's another way to stop mobs from spawning, but I didn't think of it at the time. I didn't know. And then over here, I'm going to climb up this ziggurat and look out, and we're going to see the last wool carpet design that was made as like a pixelation of an image. And then we'll take a look here. And this is probably the one I'm the most proud of. It's the best looking of the different things. It's made out of all carpet pieces. Grays, yellows, oranges, some reds, and the two blues. This is the Babylon 5 sword and shield logo, and well, there it is. All right, I forgot about this, and I don't remember how. There's just too much in the world that I built up over 5 years to remember everything, but I made a flag next to a very large mob trap here. That's made out of wool carpet, so you can see it as you go by. So that's the flag base of all things, and that was a pretty good construction at the time. I made that a couple of years ago. I'd forgotten it was there, and on the way back to the main base, I saw it here. So we're going to get into what's going on here by going down, come around, and there's a large map room here for this world. And we can take a look at some of the designs. Only the carpet designs end up showing up in the map room. So you can see earlier there was the lion design that was on top of the section that was the block museum, and so you can see that there. Now Steve is down in this section. He just shows up as black, and the arms just show up, so it's not all that interesting. Take a look, and sure enough, here's some of the things that we saw. So we saw the helicopter pad, the baseball diamond, the soccer field, and the sword and shield logo. Now when I made the sword and shield logo, I had it facing east-west instead of north-south, and it's like it doesn't show up in the right orientation on the map. If I can reach out to the map and right-click on the map piece, it will turn. So you can see most of it there in the north-south orientation that I wanted it, but I built it wrong. And so this is the right way to lay out north, south, east, and west on the map, but it's the wrong way to look at the picture on the map. So that was kind of a dumb thing to do. One of the future times I'll show you the pixelation program where you can take an image and then use different Minecraft blocks to construct the image. We'll try that out and see how that works on an image we like. A lot of images it doesn't work. For things that are more cartoony, it tends to turn out better because the blocks are that color. And you can select what blocks from Minecraft you want to use to get the colors that you need for your image, or you can do black and white by using the gray blocks. So we'll take a look and see how that works in a future video. All right, that's it for woolen carpets, and we'll see you next time. Have fun playing Minecraft.